Hello YouTube, welcome to my next channel video. I am Commander Nerd, and this video is going to be a video game review. It is going to be a video game review on Injustice 2. I got the Ultimate Edition, which came in a steelbook case. The front is Batman, and the back is Superman. It is a very good game. It is obviously a sequel to the first game, Injustice Gods Among Us. Pretty much it is, the first one is, I'll give a brief um, synopsis on the first game. Pretty much it's a what if story if Superman were to go too far and kill someone. Spoiler alert if you didn't know, Superman kills the Joker. Because the Joker, I forget which villain it was that made Superman's hallucinate, but essentially Superman hallucinated that Lois Lane was Doomsday, and he killed her and their unborn son. So Superman went and found Joker in his jail cell, and he punched a hole through his chest, and yeah, he killed him. So that's a brief synopsis on the beginning of Injustice, but it's a very good game, the first one. But on to Injustice 2. It takes place 5 years, I believe, after the events of Injustice. It's very good. It starts off when Damian joins Superman. Well, first it starts off on Krypton, and it shows that Brainiac is the reason why Krypton blows up. I don't know if that's how the lore usually is with Brainiac, but he's the reason in this game, and maybe other stuff, of why Krypton blows up. Brainiac is a very cool villain for this. Pain in the ass to fight. But it takes a few years after the events of Injustice. Pretty much there's no Justice League or anything like that. Superman is in jail, and along with Damian. Um, there's a, it's not really a regime. It's called the Society, which is controlled by Gorilla Grodd, which is very good. It's very cool. Um, the Society consists of the villains of Deadshot, Bane, Poison Ivy, Catwoman, Captain Cold, and Cheetah, and obviously Gorilla Grodd. Gorilla Grodd is in league with Brainiac, but I don't exactly know if Brainiac planned on killing Grodd anyway, eventually. But they have an alliance, essentially. Brainiac shows up, starts messing things up. You then switch to Black Canary and Arrow, which which is pretty cool because you can choose who you want to fight as in those specific fights. So what I like to do is I would fight as one person, one fight, then the other, and so on. So it would kind of even out. Like Black Canary would fight Bane, Green Arrow would fight the next person, and so on. They did that quite 3 times in the game. My absolute, I'm not gonna spoil it really. I might do another video later on talking about spoilers, but the story is very good. Um, I would say it's about as long as the first one. Maybe the first one's a little bit longer, but not by much. There are 2 endings to it. One really the canon one, and one a what if ending. But after the story, there's a lot of content that you can actually do, which it's called, similar to the towers in Mortal Kombat, it's called the multiverse. because there's infinite Earths. You can essentially do towers on different Earths and stuff like that, and earn gear and stuff. That's a new feature in this, is you can earn gear to make your heroes and or villains look how you want them to look, which is very cool, instead of it just being a skin and it looking and it just having like no real effect to it. The gear does affect how your character is. It pretty much gives them an extra boost during fights and stuff like that. Also, it does make them look, you can make them pretty much look however you want them to look, which is, I think, is pretty cool. Um, there are some cool skins that are in there, and they have their own dialogue, which is very, very cool. The three skins, well, technically four skins that there are, is for Green Lantern, Flash, Captain Cold, and can't remember. I think it might be those. Yes, Power, Supergirl, Green Lantern, Flash, and Captain Cold. Yeah, those four. With Supergirl, one of her skin alternate skin is Power Girl. She has her own voice actress and dialogue because she's older. Green Lantern is John Stewart, the alternate skin. For Captain Cold, it's Mr. Freeze, which I don't mind the design for Mr. Freeze in this. It makes sense for him to not have the dome the way they do have it, because the way they have it is the cooling system goes into his neck. They have to make it similar to Captain Cold because it's just an extra skin. And with the Flash, you can change them to Reverse Flash, which is very cool and whatnot. But there are DLC fighters coming. They already revealed the first three that it's going to be. It's going to be Starfire, Sub-Zero, and Red Hood. Sub-Zero is alright, but I wish they kinda didn't put Mortal Kombat characters in Injustice. Yeah, I know they did it with Scorpion in the first one, but I don't know. I feel they could have fit that spot with another DC character or something like that. But other than that, it's a very good game. The story is very good, especially if you like the first one. Um, the choice they hyped it up where your choices would have consequences. Honestly, there's really only one choice where there is consequences, to be honest, which is at the end. So, other than that, this has been my review on Injustice 2. I will catch you next time, YouTube.